and today we're going to talk about what's in my camera bag for 2022. Now I've been making what's in my camera bag videos for 2 years now. I did it back in 2020, 2021, and now it's 2022. This is the third year, it's the third iteration of me doing this. And I've been a photographer now for about 4 years now. Yeah, I got my first camera, the Canon T3i, which is in the background. You probably can't see it because there's a whole bunch of stuff in the background over there. I got that in 2018. Slowly over the years, I've gained more and more gear, more and more random stuff, lenses, cameras, accessories, etc., lights that we can see now that's lighting, making this video possible. And I've obtained a lot of things and engineered a lot of things to the point where, okay, this helps me there, this helps me there, this body is good for this camera lens is good for this kind of portraiture where I'm going to product photography, portraits. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this for 4 years now. It's interesting to see as time goes on, as years goes by, to see the different gear that you get. Some things you throw away, some things you keep, some things you sell or buy, use, etc., etc. So this whole video is to encompass everything what's in my camera bag for 2022. So let's get this started. First thing we go off is, it's the bag itself. I weighed this thing out before this video started. This thing weighs a little over 20 pounds, so it's a lot of gear here, and all of it I use on a daily basis. I guess we can start on that. This bag is from Graphy, G-Raphy. I don't know exactly how you pronounce this. I got this bag on Amazon midway through last year. It's like $50, $60 on Amazon. Nice and solid. One thing I like about this bag is that it has many good features that I always wanted in a camera bag. I remember last year my camera bag was tan, the smaller compact. It couldn't hold all the gear that I wanted to bring on any shoot that I possibly need. But this bag certainly holds in a lot of gear. Like I said, it's over 20 pounds of gear here, so there's a lot in here. Thoroughly enjoyed it. On this side, you got the side compartment. You can open up some quick access for your camera. And then we also have if you have a battery pack, you put a battery pack inside of a pocket inside of here. You connect your phone to it or whatever else you want to charge. Up top here, you have a little hidden compartment. What I keep in here is my business cards. Keep a lot of business cards on hand, even though we are living in 2022. Some people still ask for business cards, surprisingly. Not a lot, but some do. Some do. And then on this side, on the opposite side of the side compartment for the quick access, this is where I usually keep my water bottle right here. I just slide that in there and then we keep pushing. But that's the bag itself. Like I said, it's nice and huge, nice and big. It's nice and comfortable with the padding on the back. It's nice and comfortable on my back, even though there's a lot of weight. A lot of weight definitely adds on over time, but I thoroughly enjoy this bag. But last thing on the outside here is the Peak Design capture clip. So I just clip on my camera if I'm not using it, so I can have it hands-free. But if I quickly need, I can unclip it off and keep it pushing. But that's all, everything from the bag, from the quick access to the side points and everything like that. Let's go on what's inside of the bag. Alright, opening up the bag, flips open from the back, which I like it because if it's on your back, people can't access it from the front. So I really enjoy that part about it. And on this side, we got a whole bunch of accessories and laptops and stuff. We go to that. And then inside right here, probably be an overhead shot. Inside here is where all the camera gear lives. I guess let's start off with the cameras itself. So one of the cameras I cannot show you, which is in this middle slot here that's empty, is the Canon EOS RP. I've had this camera for over a year now. I got it in December of 2020. And I thoroughly enjoyed this camera. You know, it's been my leading primary camera for over a year now. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is the leading entryway into the mirrorless line for Canon's RS system. It's nice and affordable. It's about $1,000 depending on if you get it new or used. If you get it used, to get it a little bit cheaper, but it's a solid price point for what you get. I wish it had a lot more better features, but we get to it later on in the video about things that might happen in the future. But still thoroughly enjoy that camera, and it definitely suffices. It definitely gets things done for me for my photo and video needs. Definitely on the photo side. Video side was up to interpretation, but like I said, we'll get to that later on. My second body, which I can actually show you, is my Canon SL2. I got this in midway of 2019, so I've had this for almost 3 years now, which is absolutely insane. It's crazy how fast it's time along. One thing I like about this camera, like I said earlier, my first camera was the T3i. The thing about the T3i is it's so old, there's no autofocus on it. So when I first got the Canon SL2, it had autofocus. It was absolutely beautiful, absolutely magnificent. But the thing is, this is a very entry-level camera. I got this camera for like $400 or $500. You probably get it even cheaper now, but this is definitely a solid camera. If you like if you need a budget less than like $500, I'd say definitely get this. It's definitely with the accessories and the different lenses you can put on there, it could definitely make it a whole lot better. But that's the camera and the lens. So that's the camera bodies I have. The Canon EOS RP is my primary. My secondary is the Canon SO2. All right, moving on to another fun part is the camera lenses. One of them I can't show once again is my primary video and photo camera. That is the Sigma 35mm f1.4. I got this during the summer of last year in 2021. Thoroughly enjoyed this. This lens is absolutely sharp, absolutely beautiful. The bokeh is absolutely insane. The 1.4 aperture is just so sweet, so perfect. Chef's kiss, you know what I mean? And I thoroughly enjoyed it, man. I'm recording it right now. You can see the quality that it provides. 35mm focal length is my personal favorite for video. My personal favorite for photo, but gets it on in a few minutes now, in a few seconds. But the Sigma 35mm f1.4 is definitely my favorite lens of choice when it comes to overall things. If I need something to just pick one, the Sigma 35mm f1.4 is definitely one of them. Another lens I have is the Tamron 17 to 35 f2.8 to f4. That's the only bad negative about this lens is that it's a variable aperture. So from the 17mm lens, it's 2.8, but 35 is f4. If you in low light, it sucks, but it is what it is. You can't have it all. That variable aperture brings down the price. I got that during the beginning, I believe February of 2021. I just needed a wide angle lens, and that has some variable zoom to it. So that's what that lens provided. I use it every now and then. Anytime I need a wide angle shot, anything that's wider than 35mm, besides the Sigma, you know, if I need anything wider than that, that's what I pick out and get this lens for. Moving on, the next lens I got is the Tamron 45mm f1.8. I got this in December. No, it was November of 2020, I believe. I got this lens. Yeah, the December of 2020. It's 45mm, which is weird because it's not 50, but it's a little bit wider. But that's not a here nor there. It's basically a 50mm lens. 50mm lens is my favorite focal length for portraits. It's just the balance between not being too wide, not being too telephoto. It's a very adaptive lens that it can adapt it in the ability. You can use this for this, use it for portraits, use it for products. It's just very, very adaptable in any situation you possibly need. And plus, I love just the black background blur compared to 35mm. The focal length doesn't have the bokeh quality I enjoy, but the 50mm focal length is definitely one that has a perfect balance between not being too telephoto, where the background is completely obliterated, but the background is just smooth enough you can still easily tell what's in the background. So I definitely thoroughly enjoyed this lens for my 50mm focal length, but definitely planning on an upgrade from this. Like I said, we'll get to that to the end of the video. Moving along, the last lens I'm going to showcase for you is my Samyang 85mm RF mount. Thoroughly enjoy this lens. 85mm. People say it's the perfect focal length for portraits. I agree to a certain extent. Like I say, I prefer the 50mm, but overall, this lens is incredibly sharp. The bokeh is incredibly smooth. It's just so beautiful, so magnificent. Thoroughly enjoyed this lens. I got this lens midway of 2021 of last year. Definitely thoroughly enjoyed buying this. It's just absolutely beautiful. The bokeh is insane. The front element is so beautiful, nice and big and wide. I thoroughly enjoy this lens. Anytime I use this lens, I'm just like, damn, this was money well spent. This is definitely money well spent. And that's all the lenses. The Sigma 35mm f1.4, the Tamron 17 to 35 f2.8 to f4, the Tamron 45mm f1.8, and lastly the Samyang 85mm f1.4. That's for the lenses. That's the camera body. That's the lenses. I guess we get on to some accessories. Let's start off with the fun stuff. On this side, I have a lot of cases for my filters. I have 3 filters. All these filters are for Moment. I thoroughly enjoy Moment filters. They're high quality but not being too expensive like Polar Pro. Polar Pro, too expensive. But I think Moment definitely has the perfect balance between getting solid quality and at a fair price point. The first one I ever got is the VND. This is the 2 to 5 stop VND. Thoroughly enjoy this, especially for when it's bright as all hell it can be outside. Definitely thoroughly enjoy this, especially for video. For video, get that perfect frame rate, that 180 frame rate ratio rule. Definitely perfect. I love the VND. The next one that I get is my Cinebloom. The Cinebloom is I'm using it right now, just to bloom out the highlights, the lights in the background, and the windows. You can probably see is a little diffusion. Thoroughly enjoy that. It's the 10% version, so it's a perfect balance where 5% is too light, 20% is too much, 10% it's just right. Shout out to Goldilocks. So I thoroughly enjoyed my diffusion filter. And the last filter I got, which I got recently the last few weeks now, is the CPL. CPL is good for smoothing out people's skin, like the Cinnabloom. Smooth Cinnabloom can smooth out people's skin, but also the CPL can also smooth out people's skin. And also remove reflections from cars. Also smooths out people if they're sweating a little bit. It makes it a little bit cleaner. So I thoroughly enjoyed the CPL. I'm using the CPL and the Cinnabloom filters both right now, so you can get the perception of how they both work right now. But that's the filters, man. Some other accessories I have is a lightning to SD card adapter for my phone and my iPad, which we will get to that soon. I have like different screws and different adapters to change out base plates, different cables, just for anything I'm gonna need for like a microphone or for charging random things. On this side pouch, I have a side pouch inside the bag here. I have a lot more accessories. We have blower. We have my Anchor speaker, which is a speaker. If you don't have a speaker for your photo shoots, definitely bring a speaker. Speaker is definitely needed to get the vibes going. People get people out of the comfort zone. If they enjoy some music, turn it. You can ask them to connect their phone to the speaker, allow them to just play their own music, or you can play your own music. I have my own photo shoot music playlist, so where it's just popular music people just play in the background that everyone can possibly enjoy, no matter what race, color, creed you are. So I got that, the speaker, the blower, like I mentioned. I also got my Manfrotto mini tripod in case I'm vlogging. Give me out the tripod, vlog out a little bit. I make vlogs every now and again. What also I got in here is a flash in case it's dark time. I need to make some photos. You can make some interesting photos if you're thinking more stylistic, or if you're like at an event like a wedding or someone's birthday party. It's a dark event room. You use this for flash, definitely helpful. Another thing I want to make note of is my camera strap. This is the Peak Design camera strap. Thoroughly enjoy this. Definitely enjoy this for just carrying the camera off my waist instead of having it constantly in my hand. I also have the wrist strap as well in case I want to take the long strap off. I have the wrist strap. I just keep it attached and let it just dang off. But usually I use the long strap as it's just nice and accessory. I can just pull it up, whip it down, put it away instead of having it constantly in my hand. So that's always nice. And that's about it. Everything else, I got extra batteries in different pockets inside, different chargers and stuff that came in the bag just in case I want to move. The last thing I guess I can show y'all is on this side where the other accessory slide is. Inside here, I carry my MacBook Air. This is not the M1 version of the MacBook Air. This is the Intel. This is the last generation of the Intel MacBook Airs. And then I also have my 9th generation iPad. I think this is the 9th generation iPad. I got this of last year, midway through last year. I thoroughly enjoy this. This is what I use to edit my photos. I like the tactile feedback that I get from editing videos, and I can get very zoomed in and specific on the different things that I can edit. So definitely thoroughly enjoy my iPad. This is what I primarily use to edit photos. Then the MacBook Air, just my computing device on the go. I have a more powerful M1 Mac Mini that I use for exporting and editing these videos, etc., etc. And oh yeah, last thing inside of here is my reflector. I bring this every now and again just in case, depending on how bright it is. Watch this, bam, nice little reflector. Look at that, reflecting the light, make it a little bright. Look at that, look at it shining on my face. So definitely bring this from time to time again, just in case I need to reflect some light, remove some shadows from people's faces, or use it for product photos to add in a little bit more light. Yeah, I guess the last thing I talk about is the upgrades I'm planning on making. I plan on upgrading my camera body for sure. I'm planning on buying the Canon EOS R6. Definitely think the R6 is plentiful for me. I think it's going to provide a full frame 4K with no crop. The RP has a 1.7 terrible crop, and also doesn't have autofocus on the crop, so that's why I'm planning on getting the R6, because it has 4K full frame crop, and no crop, sorry, And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Another lens I'm planning on, like I said, the Tamron 45mm. I'm planning on getting a Sigma 50mm f1.4, and that lens looks beautiful. I'm doing a lot of research on that, even though that lens is coming up on like 10 years old. That lens looks sharp and powerful, and that's the one lens. So one body I'm planning on getting is the Canon R6, and one lens I'm planning on to get is the Sigma 50mm f1.4. So let me down below what you think about my camera bag with my kit. Everything will be linked down below, of course. There's gonna be a lot of things linked down below, so definitely check those out in case you want to look into them. And yeah, let me down below what you think about my kit, and let me down below what's in your primary camera bag of 2022. So, if you like the video, please like the video. I got more content like this always coming soon, so please subscribe. Whew. This video is gonna take some time with the editing and the B-roll and overhead shots. This is gonna be a lot. But let me down below what you think about my kit. See you in this video. Peace.